$500 YouTube subscribers. I did not think I would get this far this relatively quick. I would like to thank everyone who helped me make videos, who watched my videos, you here, the viewer, who are hopefully subscribed. You should definitely subscribe if you're not, but thank you for giving me the opportunity to entertain you with my absolutely high quality videos, my absolute best content that I can make and edit and put out into the world. And to celebrate this amazing achievement, I have put together a tier list ranking every single one of my videos that you should watch, that you shouldn't watch, and yeah, thank you again, and let's get into it. So, how this tier list will work is that I will go from my oldest videos all the way to my newest videos, ranking them, you know, how good I think they are and how, you know, well they were received, while also giving, you know, a few little bits of trivia, a little fun fact on your way out. And this is going to be completely unscripted. I don't have a script for this. I never write scripts. But yeah, let's start off with my first video. So, Skyrim ambience over glitches and bugs. I made this video back in September 2021. It was my first video. You could probably tell it's my first video. It's not very good. It's just exactly what the title says. It's just an entire Skyrim ambience song with Skyrim glitches and bugs over it. Overall, it's 5.5 minutes long of just that, so if you're into Skyrim ambience and glitches and bugs, I guess it's good for you, but overall it's not. I kinda regret making that video. It's not very good, but it was my first one. It was my first video, so I guess, what can you say? Guys, look, a birdie, but it's darkest dungeon. This is what I consider my first actual video that I made. It's actually, you know, not completely terrible. It is the guys look a birdie meme. I released it back when that was relevant, and yeah, I think it holds up. I'd say it's pretty good. I think it's a B tier. It's probably something I would make today, even, but if you notice at the end, where they, you know, get trapped, it's supposed to say trapped ! But I think either the frame rate or the bit rate was out of sync with the video, and I had to manually fix it so they were in sync, and it lowered the quality so much at the end that you can't tell what that says. So overall, you know, B tier, it's pretty good, but that little bit at the end kinda, you know, keeps it out of A tier. Goofy off or honor. I love this video. This is one of my favorite early videos that I did. It was a Xbox recording of a For Honor match that I had, where I clipped into some stairs and fell out of the map, which I thought was pretty funny, but you know, I added a bunch of goofy sound effects because the funny Quandale Dingle meme was going around back then, and I think I did a pretty good job. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think it was perfectly timed. My friends thought it was perfectly timed. They loved it, and it's still one of my lowest viewed videos, which I think is a crime. It is, if I can toot my own horn, it's hilarious. You should definitely go check it out. 5%. This is another Xbox recording that I fail to 95% trap disarm in with one of my characters, and again I just edited some sound effects over it, and somehow, just randomly out of the blue, like 5 months ago, it's just started completely blowing up in views. It got like 10,000 in like maybe a week or two, which is insane. It's like still my highest viewed video to this day, which I guess is warranted. It's pretty absurd that I got that 5%, but is it my best video ever? Probably not. It is definitely not S tier. It is still pretty funny, I guess, but probably doesn't deserve to be in my top videos that I think are my best, so yeah. Butcher Circus is still fun in 2022. This is my first attempt at a longer form video of 2 minutes, but it is long. The intro, just getting into the match, takes up like half of the actual video, and it's, looking back at it now, it's painfully slow to watch, but this is my first video that actually did well in its first week, 2 weeks, and I guess it's warranted, but I don't think it's my bet. It's definitely not better than these 3 videos here. It's alright, but it's what got me into the Butcher Circus clique, so to speak, of, you know, the Shep Discord. Shoutouts to them for sharing this video around and getting it its initial maybe like 1,000 views, which I thought was absolutely amazing at the time, but it's alright. You could still watch it and have some fun, but definitely not my absolute best. Highly sus man. This is a mix of Butcher Circus gameplay and my first, a lot of firsts in this, you know, first 6 videos. It's my first time actually sprite animating in Premiere Pro, which you can tell it's my first time doing that. It's not very good. In one part, the arbalist's crossbow clips above a computer, which irritates me today, but it did alright back then. I wouldn't recommend watching it now. The animation is not very good, but where would I put this? It's C. I put it in C tier. It's alright. It was good for when I started as my first, you know, sprite animation, but today I've done way better. Speaking of way better, this Kris and Susie's backstory Deltarune animation is better. It's a lot better than the previous animation. I used the Undertale, I think it was Sprite Wiki or something. I'll probably link it in the description, but I used that along with Undertale text box generator to get, you know, the actual sprites and text boxes in the game. I was absolutely obsessed with Deltarune back then. It was like one of my favorite games aside from, you know, Butcher's Circus and Darkest Dungeon as a whole, but it's alright. It's just like an animation of, you know, the 2 characters having a fight. There was some ARG type of thing where Toby Fox himself wrote some fan fiction about the 2 characters and like their backstory, and I think I was I don't want to toot my own horn again, but I think I was the first person to animate it, you know, not very well apparently, since it didn't get that many views like I expected it to. I thought it would get like a billion in the first like week, but it didn't get 1,000 till like much later. But it's okay if you like Deltarune and stuff. Go check it out. But this is a Darkest Dungeon channel for the most part, so I'm not gonna make assumptions, but it's good. I think it's pretty solid, even compared to my later animations. So yeah, I guess check it out if you like Deltarune, but if not, we got some good ones coming up. The London Residence Comp. This is one of my favorites of all time on my channel. It showcases the London Residence Comp, which is just a bunch of characters stabbing one enemy character and getting a kill and then leaving the match immediately, which I thought was pretty funny, and I still think it's pretty funny today. It's what I call a roleplay team that, you know, kinda a little bit defined the Butcher Circus comedy scene that I saw right after this, where I think a few other people started making funny teams like this that had little central idea that wasn't just kill the enemies and win. So it's still referenced to this day. A lot of people know of the London Residence Comp, which, you know, I've made my legacy on the Butcher Circus community with this one video, and I'm pretty happy about it. So immediate S tier. You should definitely watch it if you haven't already. And now, going from one of my best videos to definitively my worst. This Abusive Plague Doctor ASMR was terrible, to say the least. It was an AI voice that I compressed to make it sound like they were wearing a mask, and they healed your wounds after you got bit by a rabid dog. It was very, very quiet. You had to turn the volume all the way up to hear anything she was saying, and overall it was spawned as like a joke. It was a joke video that I made that I put way too much effort into, and it shows that it was, you know, kind of not very well thought out. The actual dialogue wasn't very good. The script writing itself, I was just kind of throwing words out there, and I don't know if you should watch it. If you like terrible ASMR, I guess you should watch it at very high volume. But other than that, it's definitively my worst video on this channel. The Highwayman-Butcher Circus mini lesson. This was my attempt at a tutorial for the Butcher Circus, I think. That I was really, really stubborn on making it exactly 1 minute, which kind of limited my creativity and what I could actually, you know, educate people about the Highwayman. And it's, if you know absolutely nothing about the Butcher Circus, I guess it serves as a okay introduction. I saw a lot of people not using Duelist Advance every turn in the Butcher Circus when I fought them, and I guess that was what spawned this video, to teach people that Duelist Advance is the best skill in the game, according to me at the time, which it's still good, but there's situations you don't want to use it. I'm kind of reconsidering, you know, making this video again, having a little re-upload, you know, remaster, if you will, of this video, but it's not great by any means. The font was too big, the music, I think, was again too quiet, the dialogue was too quiet, but I don't know, it's not great. What is great is not safe for work, Plague Doctor sound effect. I made this after seeing a meme about, what was it? An ooh-woo sound effect, where the first, like, second and a half were just nothing, and then the very, very end, it was like, drip Goku, and I thought it was hilarious, so I had to make a Darkest Dungeon version of that, and a lot of people got the joke, thought it was funny, you know, but some people hated it. Some people absolutely hated that I didn't give them their not safe work Plague Doctor sound effect, but I like this video a lot. This is definitely a great video that you should watch, but now that I've spoiled the joke, I don't know if it'd be as funny as your first time watching it, but you know, it's still good. It's still good. The air pulsed in the end. This is a in the end meme that I made of one of the cinematics for the Crimson Curse, where you know, Kleiner comes out and starts singing his funny little song after I keyed out some blood or something, but it wasn't very high effort, but it was kind of funny. It was a pretty good video, if I do say so myself, but it didn't do very well in views, which is completely fine. It wasn't very hard to make, but I still like it. It's pretty funny. I think it's worth your time. 20 amazing abomination facts. This was it was a lot to edit and write for, I guess. It was 10 actual facts that I thought were interesting about the abomination, and the other 10 were, you know, jokes, just funny little jokes to entertain the viewer while they were learning about one of my favorite characters in the game. It was a lot to edit. It was like 2 or 3 full minutes, which was a lot for me back then. And specifically the writing the facts themselves, after 15 I just couldn't think of any that were good, but I pulled it off. It was all right, I think. Probably wasn't. Is it B tier though? I didn't enjoy making it, I guess. People didn't really like it because I used an AI voice instead of my real voice like I'm doing now. But yeah, I'll keep it in C tier. It's not amazing. It's not one of my better videos, but it's still good enough. I think if you like Abomination as a character, I think you're gonna like the video, but I don't know, it's not great. The Hamlet theme, but low quality, I spent absolutely no time on. I spent like 10 minutes compressing the audio and then compressing the thumbnail, the image in Photoshop. It was a nothing video. It was just the Hamlet theme that was compressed a little. I didn't like it. I didn't like this video. I don't like this video. Probably my laziest and least funny that I made on my channel. It's one of my worst. It's one of my worst, to be honest. I don't like it. Why is it still up on my channel? It's not good. Please do not, for the love of God, do not watch it and give me any more views than it already has, please. Average American Match is probably another one of my best videos. I love this. It did really well in views. I thought it was perfectly paced. Everything just felt good. It just felt good to edit. It felt good to view, at least for me, and apparently like 25,000 people, which is amazing. It was just another funny little roleplay-esque composition that tried to simulate America's obsession with guns and violence, you know. Being from America, I can attest that this video is 100% accurate. But yeah, it's a really good video. Definitely one of my best. You should totally check it out if you haven't already. When the Plague Doctor Goes Selfish is a Julian Smith sketch that I animated into, you know, Darkest Dungeon, which I think I did a pretty good job. It's one of my most viewed videos, like, ever. But I remember watching this specific sketch animated to flip notes, if you remember those, all the way back in like 2013 or like 2011 even. But, you know, I was having some nostalgia for some flip notes and thought I would animate this, and I think it turned out really well, especially since, you know, the concept was this one guy hoarding 12 waffles for himself and his friends wanting some, which translated pretty well into Darkest Dungeon with their 12 stacks of food rations, and it turned out pretty well, I would say, and it's one of my most viewed videos, so go give it a watch if you haven't. Now, coming off the some of my best videos are some of my most mediocre, I guess. This one, Crusader tries Nexus mods, was a Family Guy bit about Peter Griffin not liking rice cakes, I guess, and puking it up, which I thought would be funny to animate to Darkest Dungeon, and, you know, all the not safe for work skins that are there. But I don't know what to think about this video. It didn't take me a lot of effort to make, and it did all right, I think, but it's still, I think let's put it in B. It's not an amazing, over the top, you know, gut buster, but it's still, I think, kind of funnier than a lot of my, you know, worst stuff. But it's kind of like right on the cusp of C and B. Like, I guess if you know what Nexus mods is, go watch it. But other than that, it's meh. Story of Flagellant. This was an animation of Flagellant beating up, I guess, a bunch of the monsters in Darkest Dungeon, set to El Hugonie's parody of Undertale, I think. And I don't like how this turned out. I just don't. It's out of sync. It's out of sync. Something that only I would know, only I would like notice, because I made it. It's out of sync. And it just peeves me off. I'm peeved that I let that slip through before posting it. But if you notice, specifically in the first, you know, 2 seconds, it's off. It's out of sync. You can't like barely tell, but it is. And I hate myself for letting little animation errors like that slip through. But even if no one notices, it just kills me that I know I could have done better. But it's all right, I guess. I'm saying that for a lot of these videos, but it was all right. But I hate myself for not animating it correctly. So in D it goes. Darkest Dungeon stress sound effect. This is the Darkest Dungeon stress sound effect that I took from Reddit, I think, and it's exactly what it says. It's just the Darkest Dungeon stress sound effect that you know, I posted. I knew it would get views, to be honest, because it didn't exist on YouTube at the time. There was affliction sound effects, I guess, but this was the only stress sound effect that I could get and post out to the world. But a little fun fact about my uploading schedule: I like to post once every 5 days, to keep things consistent. Once every, at least once a week, But after the Flagellant video, I was working on our next video. I was working on it for like 3 weeks, and I wasn't gonna finish it that week, so I had to post a little filler, which is this video here. But a lot of people used it, I think, the stress sound effect, which is good, which is why I, posted it to begin with, so people could use it. But I think it's a valid contribution to the Darkest Dungeon YouTube community. Oh boy. How Darkest Dungeon makes interesting characters. I did not like this video at all. It was 3 weeks in the making. It was actually a college assignment that I had to submit, and I just didn't like how it turned out. It was, going over what made Darkest Dungeon's characters interesting, what made their character designs distinct, what made their dialogue, interesting to read. But I just wish I had a little more time to make it, fully polished. The ending was very rushed, I feel. I don't know if you could tell in the video, but it was not great. I didn't like it, even though it did relatively well. But that was probably only because I promised to make a video about one of the game's developers. I forget his name at the moment, but he's gonna make an hour-long video about how he's turning your kids artistic. If I got 69 likes, which was more of a joke, but now that people, actually want it, I'm gonna have to post that sometime this year to not disappoint anyone. But overall, go watch it. It's all right, but I just didn't like making it. I did not like making it, but maybe you'll like watching it. Now, something I know you'll like watching is Jobless Abomination. This was one of my first larger animation projects set to music, which I think turned out pretty well, even considering, my relatively low skill at the time of making it. But it was based off of a fan fiction that I read. I think it's called Bird and the Beast. I'll put a link to it in the description. But basically, this abomination in the video gets shunned out of the Hamlet and goes for a walk in the Weald and disturbs a musketeer, and then he finds a plague doctor, and it's pretty it's pretty wholesome 100 Reddit moment, I guess you could say. I know a lot of people don't like shipping in the Darkest Dungeon community, but I think it's alright. I think it served as a good basis for this video, because I like both of the characters, Abomination and Plague Doctor. So this video is kind of like a little bit of a love letter, to that fan fiction and those characters. But I would definitely go watch this video. It's pretty good. If Jobless Abomination walked, then Friday Night absolutely ran. I love this video. This is my favorite video on my channel. This turned out perfectly, I think. It's about, the girls' night out and the boys' night out. It's kind of a little Reddit meme where the girls have like a fun night out, they get kicked out of a bar, and then they go exploring in the ruins. And then the boys, I won't spoil the video if you haven't watched it already, but it's pretty funny. I think it turned out better than I would have expected it to. There were absolutely no animation errors. It was the music was set perfectly. I definitely recommend it. This is going above S tier. This is going quadruple S if I could. Balladbattle.mp4 is another pretty good video. It has these little goobers having little music off with their instruments, and if you put on the subtitles, I've added a little funny dialogue you wouldn't see otherwise. But I made this at like midnight, and it took me 2 hours to get all the animations correct. But I like this video. It's pretty solid, if I do say so myself. The Night Before Critsmas was made just before the Butcher Circus went back online after being down for about 2 weeks around Christmas time. I made this in preparation for it coming back, which I knew it would, but features, Dismas going in to squash a bunch of bugs that, metaphorically ruined the circus. But I think it's pretty good. It's a pretty solid video, I guess, even though it doesn't have a lot of animation to it. It's mostly just still frames zoomed in on, set to, Christmassy music. But I'd go watch it if you're in a festive mood. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's pretty alright. Oh, Nice Balls Bro is a video that I made that depicts the Vestal crushing your balls. I saw this originally from like a Pokemon video, I think, where it had the exact same audio, but I don't know. It was kind of lazy, and I guess the only reason it got an okay amount of views is for the title and the thumbnail. But otherwise, I think it's kind of funny, but you could tell it was very low effort. But I guess go watch it if you haven't already. No Bitches is another funny little video that uses audio from a meme where Mr. Krabs starts making fun of Squidward, I think, and I just translated that into Darkest Dungeon with the jester, and I like it. It's a pretty funny video, but it's really short, little bite-sized fast food snack of a video. But the music at the very, very end, I think, synced up really, really well, and that added to the overall enjoyment and the punchline. But yeah, I would definitely go ahead and watch this. Ruinposting is technically a short that I made in like 5 minutes of that Family Guy clip, really, really compressed, as compressed as I can make it in YouTube. But it's just that with the ancestors' intro speech, like, ruin has come to our family, that over the funny little Family Guy meme. I didn't like it that much, to be honest. It was my first attempt at making a short, but I guess it's kind of funny if you like Family Guy and the ruin has come to our family meme, I guess. But I don't know, it's definitely not one of my greatest. Ringmaster Can't Decide. This is definitely another one of my absolute favorites that I've made. You can probably start to sense a trend in my S tier of, videos that took a lot of effort to make, relatively, and turned out really well. But this video is, I guess, the journey of a plague doctor going through the world of the Butcher Circus, with the ringmaster kind of, torturing her a little. That's a lot worse when I say it out loud, but I promise it's really, really good. I spent like 2 or 3, probably 3 weeks animating this, and it really shows. I think my animation skills from, this video, Jobless Abomination, have really increased, you could tell, from to this, Ringmaster video. But yeah, I really, really like this video. It's still, I think, my channel intro for people who aren't subscribed to this day. I like it so much. But it's not as great as this video, of course, but it's still pretty good. Arbalist's announcement was a video I was just gonna throw together in 5 seconds and post to the Sheperd Discord, but ended up posting to my YouTube channel, which didn't get a lot of views, to be honest, and it's kinda easy to see why. It's kinda funny, with, the joke being that the burger is marked and the arbalist shoots the burger and it explodes, but it's not revolutionary by any means. Threw it together in not even 5 minutes, but there's a reason it didn't get very many views. The Sheperd Doggy experience was a match between me and, Shep, where I played my American team seen in this average American match video, while I challenged Shep to make a Portuguese team, and he threw together a little funny team, and we fought, and I think it turned out pretty well, 2BH, but if I could let you guys in on a little secret, I'm pretty sure Shep let me win, kind of threw for content, just a little bit. He didn't play super optimally, he wasn't super sweaty. We were talking via Steam messages about the match, and I kept saying, check it, when I tried to fire with my musketeer, I think, when I continued to use the sidearm ability, trying to get crits with the sidearm on the right character, and you can actually see that happen with the jester and the little spinny ringmaster thing. But I like this video. It's a pretty good video that didn't do well, surprisingly. I thought a video with Shep in it would, boost the ratings, use his clout a little bit. But yeah, I would definitely recommend watching it. Sanitarium was a Brombo sketch that I animated into Darkest Dungeon, where this cultist started venting about his problems with this little sanitarium worker here, and it was alright. It was my first attempt to do limb animation, which didn't turn out very well, I don't think, but yeah, it's a C tier, in my opinion. It didn't do very well in views, but I think people liked it enough. It was funny enough, so go watch it, I guess. Fallen Heroes is a Llamas with Hats video turned Darkest Dungeon, which turned out good. Turned out more than good. It's another one of my favorites, where this, I won't spoil too much, but this bounty hunter gets in a little bit of trouble for killing this shield breaker here, and the inspiration for the title was a mod on the Steam Workshop called Fallen Heroes, where you have to fight heroes from the base game, and I thought it would be funny to have an insight on some of those heroes, with this bounty hunter and musketeer, supposedly living together, and the bounty hunter killing a character from the Hamlet. But overall, it's It's pretty good. I would recommend it. Top 15 scariest, darkest dungeons caught on camera is a video. Is a video that I made using a bunch of clips from, I forget their name, clips. I think their name was Chill's Clips Out of Context. I just downloaded a bunch of their videos and added Darkest Dungeon, little funnies to it, and it's a pretty good watch if you like if you like Chill's parody kind of things, his funny voice. I think the funny voice carries this video because the animation is a little subpar. I'm just gonna group all of my Butcher Circus gameplay videos into one little group here, I guess. The reason for me making these was just, I was getting a little lazy and just wanted to, just record some Butcher Circus. And for the first two videos, it was just no commentary. It was just the gameplay, and I added, I guess, commentary in the form of captions later. But still, I don't, not super proud of these by any means. They were kind of just gameplay, like basically no editing, like I usually do. Just kind of low effort content. But my next two were From London with Love and the Clueless Cove Caper. This one, the From London with Love, it was my first video that I showed my voice in, and I was, you could tell I was pretty nervous in it. I was just not used to talking to an audience at all. I'm still not, but it's an okay video. I did the London residents team in public matches. It was pretty funny, but Clueless Cove Caper, it's cringe, if you can still use that word in 2023. It's pretty cringe. I was pretending like I was going into a campaign, a cove mission, and people in the comments even said it was hard to watch. It was hard for me to add captions to and annotate. It was, I didn't like it. It's definitely my worst gameplay video, but I tried to add a theme in the thumbnails. If you can see my little checkered yellow and purplish background, my little motif. But yeah, they weren't very great as a whole. I'll probably do some again, maybe more gameplay videos, but I don't know. I didn't really like them, and I guess other people didn't like watching it because I didn't do great in views. But yeah, in the bottom half of the tier list they go. Can you beat Darkest Dungeon? This is a 1-second video of me just saying yeah and little Crusader killing a bandit in the first mission of the game. But this was spawned from the little I guess trend of can you beat videos. I really enjoyed watching the the Mitten Squad, Fallout, Skyrim videos of can you beat certain game with certain parameters, I guess. But I always wondered, for like an April Fool's video or something, that if they were gonna release just a video called Can You Beat the Game, and they didn't have any weird gimmicks to it. But I don't think that ever happened, so I made my own. I copied the Mitten Squad thumbnail as best I could in the Darkest Dungeon, I guess. Can you beat Darkest Dungeon? It has the Fallout font, but yeah, it's where would I put this? It's kind of funny. It's literally just 1 second, so I don't know if you can get too much enjoyment of it, but it's funny for the novelty of just being a 1 second video and me just saying, yeah, you can beat Darkest Dungeon. So in C tier it goes. Everything's handled. This was an Xbox recording I made of just me walking around Skyrim and seeing a guard just clip through the floor, and this was just kind of a filler video, to be honest. I didn't put no effort into it, actually. It was just an Xbox recording, but I hadn't uploaded in like a week or so I just needed to put something out there, and I thought this was kind of funny. But yeah, it's not amazing. You could probably see in the little bottom right corner. Yeah, it's not very good, to be honest. D tier it goes. Houndmaster Eated a Lemons was a character eats a lemon parody kind of video of the Houndmaster, I guess. I used emotes from the Shep Discord for this, and yeah, Houndmaster eats a lemon and goes afflicted in the video. But it's... oh boy, it's getting a little crowded, huh? Ooh, how good is this video? It didn't do very well. I spent 2 minutes making it. But it's kind of funny. I'll put it just at the end of C tier, I guess. That's a good place for it, yeah. She walking! I made this right as I saw on the Darkest Dungeon wiki, which is where I get most of my sprites for animating my videos. I saw that they added a walking animation, and I knew I just had to do something with that, so I made this little animation of Plague Dr. Woken, and yeah, I liked it. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny the way she walks the camera with malicious intent. But yeah, B tier. Yeah, I probably wouldn't give it. I wouldn't give it an A tier. It's a little low effort, but considering it was with the new walking animation, and people probably haven't seen that yet, I think it's pretty good novelty, I guess. Shield Suckage. This was a shot-for-shot recreation of the Teto Territory music video thing, and I worked pretty hard on it. I spent like a week or two recreating everything what I thought was perfectly, but it didn't do terribly well. It, like, today as I'm recording this, it doesn't even have like 500 views, which is pretty low for you know, a relatively high effort video that I make, but it has some cool references, I guess. If you know Comrade Karma, there's a reference to them in there. But I guess the inspiration for this video was me playing Shieldbreaker. She's one of my favorite characters, but she's just so fragile, but so powerful that she's pretty balanced, I feel, but I really exaggerated her fragileness in this video. That was the whole point, but I think it's an A tier. I am shocked it didn't get more views than it did, considering the effort I put in, but such is the way of the YouTube algorithm, I guess. Focusing down Flagellant was a Sam Hyde meme, I guess, of the Flagellant in the Butcher Circus getting, you know, crit 44'd by an arbalist, and then doing a little redeem. I made this at, I think, midnight on a school night, I think. I really wanted to try lip syncing with the sprites, which I don't think was done before, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I liked doing this. I really liked doing this video. It was really fun to do all the lip motions and doing a little funny meme, and it did pretty well, actually. The views department seemed a lot of people liked it and were kind of creeped out by the lip movements, which was my intention, because the Flagellant's kind of a creepy guy, you know. But overall, yeah, I'd say it's a pretty solid video, even if it is a little short. But the kid is not my son. This was another lip sync type of video with the Abomination, where he sings the funny Michael Jackson song. This was inspired by a meme of the same name, where it's I think it's a cat doing a lip sync of this with like 2 frames where its mouth was open and where its mouth was closed, which I thought was funny enough to do a Darkest Dungeon parody of it. But it is getting a little crowded, it's getting a little squished. But yeah, I liked this video. It did well, I guess. But I really liked the Abomination's sprites that I used. It really immerses you into thinking he's the one singing. So yeah, it's pretty good. Le Siac de la Bouchère. This was just a little meme, I guess, of me changing my settings to French and then playing a French team and then immediately surrendering. Yeah, fun fact, I took 4 years of French in high school, so I'm pretty knowledgeable about the French language. So felt the need to make this little funny video for that reason. But where do I put this? Everything's so crowded. I thought it was pretty funny, so I guess I'll put it between A and B. Right hidden right there, I guess. But I think that covers all my videos. So yeah, congratulations for making it through this far. Again, thank you all so much for 500 subscribers. I know this video took about 2 weeks to come out, so I'm a little late. Now I'm at about 515 subscribers, which I can't thank you guys enough for. I'm gonna put some playlists on screen now so you can watch all my videos, and in the comments below, tell me if your favorite video was ranked as high as you'd like, or if your least favorite video of mine was ranked a little higher than you would like. But yeah, thank you again for 500 subscribers, and let's hope for 1,000.